अपना फ्रैंकफर्ट दिल से देता है.
Hello everyone, I'm Raman and I'm here today with a very special interview. Well, today we are lucky to have with us the Honorable Consul General of India, Mr. Madan Lal Raigad. Mr. Raigad is a senior officer at the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, and today he is with us to talk about the role of Indian consulate in Hamburg in helping the Indian diaspora in Germany. Welcome, sir, and thanks a lot for taking out the time for us.
Thank you, Raman. Thank you so much. And I would like to say good morning to your listeners of Apna Frankfurt Radio. And it was nice meeting you here in my office the other day. And the idea came out from your side that why don't I address our listeners here in Germany.
Yes,
So at your disposal. And of course, as you said that I'm an officer from the Government of India, especially the Ministry of External Affairs, which we call as we are known as Indian Foreign Service Officers. So I'm from the Indian Foreign Service and I have had postings abroad. This is my 7th posting, joined the service in 1989 and had been through different phases of my career, got promotions, and then here I am a Consul General after having 6 postings abroad across the globe. It was started from Sudan, then to Canada, then Sri Lanka, then United Arab Emirates, then to Saudi Arabia, then Madagascar, and then as a Consul General of India in Hamburg since August 2016.
Yes, sir. No, thank you very much, sir. And I can definitely say after having a talk with you, we are lucky to have you here in Germany because a person with such a mindset and a person who's a leader in a true sense, we are lucky to have you here in Germany with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now with that, let's jump into some key questions today. Now, let us start with the most discussed topic of the year 2020, coronavirus. Hamburg is also impacted by coronavirus pandemic. How has the Indian community dealt with coronavirus and how has the coordination between the consulate and the Indian diaspora here helped in this sense?
Raman, definitely this coronavirus is a talk of the whole globe. It's a global topic and we are all suffering, not only Germany, India or other country, but the whole globe is suffering. And unfortunately, the cases in India are, increasing day by day a little more across this, almost the second in the world. Coming back to Hamburg, our consulate, actually it started in almost in March. And then that time April was situation where Germany, we were more worried about Germany. And since my consulate is taking care of 4 northern states, the city state of Hamburg, the city state of Bremen, and the states of Lower Saxony and Schleswig-Holstein. So we have almost roughly 20,000 Indian diaspora there. And everyone was worried at that point of time and they wanted to go back to India. No one was clear about the pandemic and they were scared and there were number of calls because there were lockdown in India, no flights. And then we had a sort of call center. We fixed a nodal officer. One of my colleagues, India-based officer, was made nodal officer, and it was a 24/7 line. We were touched in all the Indian diaspora associations here and provided all the panicky Indian diaspora or Indian nationals the support they needed, whether it's the psychological or the physical, even the cash, logistics we provided. And I would like to thank on record all the Indian associations, our diaspora volunteers who really came forward and helped us in this endeavor. And luckily, except few cases, which is like 4 or 5, we didn't have any cases they were required and no casualty at all. I'm so happy to say that. And all students who wanted to run to India, the diaspora people who wanted to run into India, we just consoled them and ultimately we provided them solace. And of course, in later part, I can explain you better how we did it. So I can say proudly that we did well and Indian diaspora association helped us, the volunteers helped us, and the diaspora in distress behaved very well and they could face the pandemic in a very, disciplined manner.
Yeah, no, thank you, sir. Yeah, no, thank you, sir. I think it's always the coordination between the leading, I would say the consulate was leading in this situation. and the Indian diaspora basically followed the guidelines and played as a team, I would say, where as a team the result is nice. And what you have put the statistics also right now in front of everyone. So it really feels great when the team works together and achieves the common goal. And this is, I would say, a very good example of that. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Now let's move on to the next question. So let us try to understand a little bit more about what is basically the mission of the consulate. So what are the key initiatives of the Indian consulate in Hamburg, and how can the Indian community in Germany help in these initiatives?
Of course. Actually, I just want to tell the listeners how our structure is, because there's a misnomer, and they don't know much about. Of course, some might be knowing it very well, but they feel that the embassy or the consulate here abroad of any country, including India, are just to give passports or visa. Actually, it is beyond that. There are a lot of other things the embassy and the consulates are doing. Like, we have 4 offices here in Germany. One, our headquarters, we can say our embassy is in Berlin. And then we have 3 consulates, one in Frankfurt, of course, where you are, and one in Munich, and of course, the Hamburg. And I want to tell about a little bit about our consulate in Hamburg. This consulate is the oldest consulate, established in 1951. And when the embassy was post-independence, and before World War II, Hamburg was the Trade Commission of British India, almost 100 years. And till World War II started, then it used to report to the British India High Commission in London. So the history of our consulate in Hamburg is goes beyond independence, before that even. And the Trade Commission officer used to be there. He used to be Indian Premier Service from ICS, Civil Services, which was by British India. Coming back now, post-independence, the consulate's initiatives. Of course, we issue passport, we issue visa, we promote India here in trade, culture and heritage. We also promote commercially the trade. We do. We also keep in touch with the politicians here, and try to promote and tell what they can, to improve the relationships. Especially now, I'm coming back to my period. I joined here, to be precise, on 11th August 2016. So it's a 5th year running now. And during that period, we were in a rented building where people used to have difficulty. It was a very small building. There was no hall, no waiting area, no facilities for the public, like that, because there's no scope of doing anything in a rented building. So first thing, I just told my bosses, my ambassador, and also my seniors at headquarters, that we need to have a building bigger, better, and of our own. I'm thankful to my ministry and my ambassador who supported me, that we could buy a huge, proper, spacious building, which is now our own. It will be consulate forever in Hamburg. It's owned by Government of India. We purchased it, and we have a space where 300 people can stand and enjoy the events, and almost 160% can sit down on chairs and enjoy the events. So that's one part where, and it's a 5 plus ground floor and of course basements building. So very much space, and all the amenities are there. The consular services can be provided. The commercial events can be held there, and also the cultural events can be held there. We are also planning to have the yoga studio there with the help of yoga teachers, and also to promote our rich culture and heritage by holding regular events with the help of ministry and with the help of Indian diaspora. So the building, and then came the Indian Diaspora Connect. When I came, immediately after 4 days, the Independence Day was there. We had the celebration on 15th August 2016, and I was told that because the connect with the Indian diaspora was, not that good, then I ensured that some people come to meet me, and it was like gathering of 50 persons or so, less than that. Then I announced that day itself, that anyone from the diaspora would like to meet me without appointment, any working day, between 3 and 4, they are welcome. They don't need to have an appointment. They can freely talk with me. Any issue which they have, doesn't matter whether it has to pass only with the passport or OCI or visa, but also any other issues which they have and they want to discuss. I'll try my best to resolve those issues within my personal capability or official capability. And if not, then we will reach out to our ministry back at Delhi, or our ambassador office, or our embassy in Berlin. That sent a very nice message, and people started getting connected with us. After that is history. I invited students at home, my home. So all the students association, whether it's Bremen, whether it's Hanover, or in Kiel, or all the major Göttingen University. So all the Indian Student Association Bremerhaven, they got connected with the consulate very well. The 15 or so students used to come my home. I invited for lunch them, to have lunch with them. Then those used to be very informal discussions. And most of the students who were active, they had my telephone number. So we got so connected with the, and then whatever problem they have, we could solve them through these contacts we have. I'm happy to say that the students are so nicely connected with us, and even those senior students who got job, graduated, moved to India or somewhere, they are still in touch with us, and that helping the junior students. So that was the junior, the student part, and I try to attend their maximum number of events, whether it's a Diwali or their any cultural or any other event, and I ensure that I I had an appointment with their the chief, whether it's the director of the institute or the president of the university. I almost met all the presidents of university and the director of international relations. So that sent a good message that we are there for them. And then the Indian diaspora. Indian diaspora, I tried to invite all the association at my home, at my office, and I wanted to make it not a lopsided community gathering. I tried to sabka saath, sabka vikas, sort of our beloved Prime Minister's message. So I tried to inculcate people from all region, race, caste, creed. Like some people are very shy. They feel that the consulate's place is only for the intellectuals. Only they can go and talk to the consul general or the senior officers. No, it is for everyone, and they can talk to the language they know. It's not necessary that they have to speak English or German. Or we are 12% in the consulate, 4 India-based officers, and 8 locally recruited. So they are from different part of India, and they speak good German also. So they try to make them very comfortable. So connect with diaspora, and Raman, you can know, you will be surprised to see that last gathering we had at our consulate in our on 15th August. Unfortunately, this year Corona, we can't have bigger gathering. But the 26th January and 15th August. So this year 26th January, and last year 15th August function in the morning. We had 325 persons coming to the consulate.
Wow.
I was so happy that now if I leave here, then I am leaving a legacy where we are well connected with the Indian diaspora. And yes. The services have been improved. They can reach out to our staff is friendly. I never had in 4 years any serious complaint from the diaspora that our issues were delayed, consul services were delayed. And we try to be as friendly as with them and reach out to them and allow them to reach out to us without any hindrance or hurdles.
Yeah, sir, definitely. What you explained here, I can also say something from my side. Well, we have been in touch with the Indian diaspora in Hamburg, and only thing we have heard about the consulate services is positive. You know, that the approachability is there. You can go with any kind of an issue and you get an appropriate help. So from our side also, I mean, I would like to add to this, like what we have heard from Hamburg diaspora and the region where the consular services are being provided by the Consul General Office of Hamburg. I mean, it's all positive that we have heard till today. And I mean, congratulations to you and your team who has been doing all these efforts to make people comfortable. Thank you, sir, for that.
I want to add that I would like to give the credit to my my colleagues, because I alone cannot do all those things. We the consulate are like a family. So if anything comes to me, the whole burden is shared by the whether it's our vice consul Mr. Gulshan Dhingra, who handled and Vikas Rathi, who handled the pandemic situation during the March April period when I was not here, though I was connected through telephone and through WhatsApp from India, but they handled it so well. And my local staff, they are outstanding. And on record, on air, I would like to say my thankfulness, to gratefulness to my all my colleagues at the consulate, because without them, I'm nothing. I just lead, but they are the one who actually does the work. And all credit which you are now showering upon me, it goes to all of them.
Oh, thank you, sir. And I would also say I've personally also met Dhingraji, and I mean he's also a very nice person. Listens to your concerns, talks to you very nicely. So I mean the overall team is really good. Thank you, sir. Thank you for mentioning that. Well, let's move on to the next question, which is also related to coronavirus situation. I mean it's coming more from the Indian students in Germany and the Indian job seekers in Germany. I mean, these are the people who are badly impacted by the economical impact of coronavirus in Germany. So are there any key initiatives that you plan to have to help these section of people in Germany?
Yeah, this is a very critical time, as I told earlier. And all over the world, globally, economic situation is so bad that you heard about the economy is not growing. It is going in the south side, southward, and in minus. And Germany is also not untouched by that trend. And here also the growth is in minus, whatever sector you take, except the health sector, every other sectors are not progressing well. I would say going in minus growth. In such a situation, all companies around the world, especially in Germany, when our students always look forward for internship, look forward for job when they complete their education here, whether it's a master's or graduation or postdoc or research work, they always look forward. And Germany is the place where they always get accommodated very well, because it provides so much scope to them. Economic activities, institutes, research institutes are there. Mostly our students are from technical side from India. They are engineers, they are researchers, and they are welcomed because our students are very hardworking, intelligent, because they come from India, who are toppers, and then they get the best facilities provided by the universities and the research institute and government here. Right now, unfortunately, there are a lot of calls coming to us. The CVs are being sent to us that, sir, I don't have job now. Internship is not hard to come by. So what we are doing is we are providing counseling, that how you can prepare your CV. Those are the companies where you can at least don't expect that salary, but they are also going through a bad patch. So you can gain experience there and survive with the, some odd jobs, and also they will give you something. So wherever possible, I have gathered so much acquaintance with all these Mittelstand companies through our economic activities, and we know so many companies. So I try to get those students, Indian students, connected with them. Unfortunately, there are a lot of other cases of Indian diaspora who were well placed in companies and they were laid off. And I know some of them personally, and they were doing so well. They were getting salaries in like, let's say in Indian rupees, 300,000, 500,000, and they were laid off. And I told them that it's a temporary phase. Please don't get like, bogged down or disappointed. Or this is the time when we all have to be very positive, and that this time will pass off. So don't get disappointed. The new year coming in January, it will come when the corona vaccine will be there. Economic activity will start. So we try to pacify them. We try to provide them a positive vibes and make them get interested in life. The job is temporary phenomena where we are not getting job, but the coming year will be better and better. Definitely, when a company itself is not doing, an employer is not doing so well, then chances of employment will be less. So we try to make them apprise of the situation. And then also I know a lot of companies with whom we came in touch during our economic activities, the events we had with them, the Chamber of Commerce and trade bodies here in 4 states. So we ask them to prepare the CV and send to them. Sometime, if not today, they will consider you tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
And try to, face the situation with doing whatever job they can. Don't expect too much during this situation, but the situation will improve next year, and things will be much better in coming months or the next year. So this is the time when a crisis time should make us bolder.
Yeah.
As it happens in the past that after a world war or any fight or any depression time, the economy and the country comes back with the strength and with more economic activities, and they try to build up the nation and build up the company well. Like the greatest example is with us, Germany. After World War II, it was totally destroyed. Economic activities were destroyed. They were totally in a crisis situation economically. But they came up with so nicely within 10-15 years, constructed all these destroyed buildings, made all these companies work, and now they are in fact constructing 10 times more than what they can consume, and it's a factory for the world.
Yeah,
I would say the
yes,
best
sir.
cars, best things, best hard machines are being made here. So this is a temporary phase of the negative situation, but it will improve, and we also try to help them get some odd jobs so that they can manage through this situation during this crisis time.
Sure. No, thank you, sir. And I mean, this again shows what you had earlier said. Consulate is not just about some consular services. It's much more than that. And somewhere, if I'm not wrong, it's like your home here, where when you are in a problem, you can come to the consulate and discuss any kind of a problem that you have, and you get. I mean, look at what just sir now mentioned. I mean, preparation of CV. I mean, fitting to the needs of what German companies are asking for. And then again, getting contacts with the German companies. I think it's a big help in this situation. And also, I mean, from our side, what we have been also suggesting people is use this time to build up your capabilities, do some certifications, so that when situation comes better, you are prepared for it and you get the best jobs that will be available at that time. So yeah, thank you very much, sir, for taking out all these steps here, and really appreciate that. Now let's move on to the next part, which is also related to coronavirus. It's an amazing mission which the Indian government had started called Vande Bharat Mission. It's an initiative of the Indian government to support Indians across the world to bring them back to their home country, India. Now, from Germany, there have been many flights that have taken a lot of Indians back home. So how have been the contribution of the Indian consulate in Hamburg in this mission?
Okay. During Vande Bharat mission, it's a great initiative of Government of India. You know that during on 22nd of March, we put a lockdown. International flights were off the sky, and no flights were going to India. We needed that time to build up our logistics also. Everyone has to understand that, because the people were going there, and then they where to get them, accommodated, especially if someone is corona positive, and lockdown was necessary for that purpose. After that, when we were able to take the intake of the passengers from Indian diaspora, then Government of India started the Vande Bharat mission, and our embassy in Berlin, they were devised a software where anyone can register there, and then we decide that which case is in a dire need to go and travel to India. And every consulate, including our consulate in Hamburg, we had a nodal officer, we had our team there, and then they take all the calls, they advise how to register themselves. They decide whether this is a case which really a person has to travel to India, and they recommend to embassy, and the embassy further scrutinize it, and then they send. Initially, a lot of calls, even I was bombarded with the calls in India when I was there, and I tried to help a lot of people also. I used to call our embassy people. I used to tell them how to do it here in Hamburg also. If they are not able to travel, at least they console them and try to make them a little comfortable, so that they will be, if not able to travel today, tomorrow, or day after, they will be able to travel next week. So we prepare the database. We've recommended the cases which really are in dire need to go to India, and the embassy then recommended those cases to Air India VVM flight, and those passengers only were able to travel. But I'm happy that we are having in a fifth phase of the VVM flights, and we are now having 5 flights every week from Frankfurt. So now there's not a problem, but situation was such when we really had a lot of recommendations and everyone was panicky and wanted to go to India. So even now, all the OCI card holders can go. That time it was a little situation. If they have the visa, they can't go to India, even if they are of Indian origin. So now the situation is much better. Though commercial flight operation are not there, but there's an air bubble. Like if you allow, we allow that situation. So Germany is in that bracket. So Lufthansa is also going, and Air India as VVM flights were also coming. So as of today, it's a very comfortable situation, and consulate help all the Indian diaspora people, whether they are holding Indian passport or German passport, to travel. And thank you German authorities that they extended visa without asking a question till 30th September. That was so solace to the person, because they were so perturbed by that. If my visa expired, then I would not be able to come back to India if I go after expired visa to India. So that way everyone understood the problem of the people who were in distress, and because this corona tragedy is not of Germany or of one person. It is for the everyone, and everyone came forward, whether it's the government, the diaspora associations, whether the government authorities, embassies, everyone came to ease out the situation and help the people. But it is like demand is always more and supply is always less. We had a very few testing capability in India to test the corona positive cases, and now see it became like thousands of the labs in India. When we started, it was just in Pune only, and very scattered, because we never had such a problem earlier. So as of today, the situation is under control, and consulate is managing things very well without any difficulty at all.
Yeah. And I think during this time, information is the key. Being informed about what is the regulation at a given point in time, how things are expected from the government, from your side, for example, right? So who can travel, what are the formalities that need to be done? So stay connected to the website of all your respected Indian consulates. For the consulate website of CGI Hamburg, the website is cgihamburg.gov.in. Log into the website, you get updated information, authentic information from there. And you can also follow Apna Frankfurt, and we also try to provide regular updates on how the regulations are. So I think this is also a very important thing, sir. Like with the changing environment on day-to-day basis, the latest information is made available by the CGI website. So, and also from the embassy website. So go there and check the latest regulation, and you keep yourself informed.
All the updates are, as you said, it's there was a time when every day we were updating the situation, whether it's a BOI, Bureau of Immigration web page, we were giving MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs in India, were the latest information were given. The Ministry of Civil Aviation in India, they were providing the updates. Those were there, and really this IT helped us a lot to keep the diaspora informed. That's as you already said, the information is the key. So even today, we are updating every situation. Every other day, if you just go to our web page, to go to our Facebook pages, social media pages, all the information is available there, and you can so that you don't have to just call and check with the consulate and embassy, because the phone line is one, callers are so many. Sometimes they are disappointed that my call is not taken care of, I'm not answered. Please first go through the available information, and still you have question, then only call. And if you don't get the answer, or you are not able to get connected, please send your message on email. You will definitely be answered. As far as our consulate in Hamburg is concerned, Raman, I personally see all the mails which comes from Indian diaspora and ensure that it is replied to.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for mentioning this. So because you talked about the social media, I would just like to add the information here. Guys, Facebook page, India in Germany, Consulate General of India, Hamburg. Go and follow this page. You get regular updates there. Twitter handle is @India in Hamburg. Go and follow on Twitter, and you definitely get updated information there as well. And of course, the website cgihamburg.gov.in. You get the information there as well. With that, let's move to the next question, sir. 2nd of October is coming, Gandhi Jayanti. Any special plans for the Indian consulate in Hamburg to celebrate this day, and how can people be part of these celebrations?
I wish Corona is not there and we could have a physical gathering at our consulate as we did have in the past years. In fact, we purchased a consulate and we formally inaugurated on 8th of October 2018. And without inauguration, we had on 5th October, that was the first event in the consulate we had. And it was a grand success. It was a physical event. We had artists there. We have speakers there. We have a founder committee of Mahatma Gandhi here, which were crucial and catalyst to have named a bridge which is leading to the Alfred Harmony as Mahatma Gandhi Bridge. So we had, even without inauguration of the new building, we had the function at our consulate on 5th of October. So this consulate started with the remembering Mahatma Gandhi. So we had a lot of physical event, but now this year we can't have. But if you see our Facebook page, you will just, our Facebook page is bombarded with so much about Mahatma Gandhi, the information, his life, his photographs, which you don't normally see. And the quiz we have on Facebook page every day, there are two questions are asked. We try to get people connected about the life and his philosophy, his teachings. And I personally have gone to all those places in the Consul Jurisdiction of Consulate of India in Hamburg, where there is something about Mahatma Gandhi. I started from Bremen. We have Mahatma Gandhi's bust installed in the Rathaus. For the viewers and listeners, Rathaus is here where the government sits, like our Chief Minister's office in India. So in the Secretariat itself, in the parliament, they call it Parliament, State Parliament. There we have Mahatma Gandhi's bust inside Bremen Rathaus, which is the seat of power. Chief Minister's office there, the Lord Mayor, First Mayor have office there, has office there. Yeah. Then we went to Osnabrück. There in a school, which is a PC school, where 1,200 students comes. At the gate, Mahatma Gandhi's bust is placed. So we had gone there. We had visuals of that visit. We have interviews from there. Then we have gone to Hanover. Next to Rathaus, on the main road where people pass every day, thousands of people travel, there's a big, huge Mahatma Gandhi bust is there. And the mayor had sent a so beautiful message, video message. He was with me there. He came and stayed with me for half an hour, a floral tribute, and then he gave a very good video bite message, which we already in the process of uploading on our social media pages in a better way. The Chief Minister of Bremen also sent a video message about Mahatma Gandhi. The Senator of Culture, who is in charge of all the cultural activities here in Hamburg, had sent a very beautiful message about Mahatma Gandhi and talked about the bridge. I personally had gone with the founding members of Mahatma Gandhi Bridge Committee. They were very old, but they were so kind, and they came to the bridge. They were one was on wheelchair, one can't walk. One, unfortunately, his wife is in the hospital. He couldn't come. So they are Dipankar Sinha Roy and Mr. Bhagwanji, who came, and then Dr. Padmanabhan, who came. He's on wheelchair bound, and his wife Janaki, she came also, though she can't walk, but they did come. This is the love about Mahatma Gandhi. They came on bridge, and we were there the day before, and that video will also be released soon. And we went to a small town with 500 population where Mahatma Gandhi's bust has been installed at Udo Keller. It's a foundation which invites the scholars to give lectures. It's just 55 kilometers away from Hamburg. There's a huge building and a nice landscape there, and the Mahatma Gandhi bust is installed there. So we had gone there. Also, the CEO gave a video message there. So 5 places we have gone and collected all these. In this pandemic situation where we can't have physical gathering, at least we can do something to make Mahatma Gandhi known to the world through social media, using the internet and this IT technology now. So we are trying to learn from the situation and use the time where if we can't have a physical gathering, still it doesn't mean that we should not have a celebration and not make Mahatma Gandhi known to the world. So we are doing a lot, and you will see a lot. You tell your listeners to just keep browsing our web pages, the Facebook pages, and they will have a lot more about Mahatma Gandhi than what they had in previously through physical gatherings. So just keep watching.
Yeah. So as sir said, follow the Facebook page, follow the Twitter handle. A lot of information coming your way. And I mean, I can congratulate you, sir, for taking so many initiatives, despite having coronavirus, coming up with such ideas, and not just ideas, making it work out with the overall team that you have. I mean, congratulations to you. And yes, Mahatma Gandhi is a name which reminds you of peace, which reminds you of harmony, which reminds you of love. And I think this message in these times is definitely important for the overall world. So thank you, sir, for taking these steps in these times as well. Now, coming towards the end of this call, I mean, I know we have a lot of questions and we can go on, but your time is very precious. So, I mean, any final message from you to the Indian diaspora in Germany?
I would like to say that consulate is there for your help. We are here because of you. If you are not there, the office will not be there. So consulate is yours. Please get in touch whenever you feel like with the consulate. Consulate is not a place where you should go just for passport or visa also. We have a lot of event. Unfortunately, not now physically, but whenever we have event, we should not keep reminding you to please attend the event. You should come forward. There you get a networking also. You meet so many people, because the one who comes to the consulate, they are who's who in the region. So please come when it is there's an opportunity, there's an occasion to visit consulate, and you are all welcome to write to us your concerns, your questions, your problems, and also if you have something to share with us good which we can do ourselves, or if you have any suggestion for us. So get connected, which is the more important, that please get connected. Don't remain aloof that after 10 years when my passport expires, then only I'll go to the consulate. No, you never know when the consulate will come handy, and the contact we have in India or here in with the local governments are much more than you can directly have. So please keep in touch with the consulate, and don't afraid to come to a consulate, to talk to consular officers, to me, and get connected. That is the never afraid of the consulate or consulate officers, and be as a family part. Complaint welcome, suggestions are welcome also. Thank you.
No, thank you, sir. I mean, we see an open invitation for everyone from you now. Yeah. So it's as I said, it's like your home. If you have any questions, if you have any problems to share, if you're looking for some solutions, if you have some suggestions, I mean, the doors of the Consulate of India across Germany and even the Embassy of India in Berlin is open for you. Don't be afraid. Go there, share your ideas, share your concerns. And I am definitely here sure, I'm 100% sure you will get help, appropriate help for all your concerns from these authorities. With that, thanks a lot, sir, for taking out your time for us. I mean, really appreciate your valuable time, and definitely sending out this positive message to the Indian diaspora. And I'm really thankful again to you and your entire team for doing such a great work in the last years, and looking forward to stay more closely in touch with your team and spreading the positivity around. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for taking out the time, and really appreciate it.
Thank you for taking this initiative and getting connected with the consulate in Hamburg, though you are based in Frankfurt. I wish that your radio expands and not only just be there in Frankfurt, but Germany and all over Europe.
Yeah.
Good luck to you also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Radio, apna Frankfurt.